Race number 7 though, and this is a Class 3 over the 1,000 metres. Special M resumes, he's had the 3 trials and is on the class drop. Harmony Fire resumes, he's had 2 trials with the shadow roll going on. Classic Posh comes back to the 1,000. First starter is Dragon Admiral for Richard Gibson, has won in Australia. Heroic Master has his second start. California Deeply has his first start in Hong Kong. He's an Australian winner too. Super Accent will go forward. Sergeant Pepper comes back up in class. Savvy Delight resumes on the back of 2 trials. Spontaneous, just his second time over 1,000. And Super Eagle, he's coming back from the 1,200 to the 1,000 after his first 2 starts in Hong Kong. Speed map here, Tom, for this race. We run the 1,000-metre course, so you'd expect it to be good.
Yes, and one of the fastest horses here in Hong Kong, certainly out of the gates anyway, is Super Axiom. He lines up here, but it's always what he's got left in the tank at the end for Super Axiom. Harmony Fire, both of his trials coming into this have been good, and he can certainly race handy, especially from barrier number 1. And California Deeply here, Paul, a newcomer. He was up near the speed in one of his races in Australia, and he was on pace in his most recent trial here.
Yeah, so he does a horse that has got that good gate speed, although in his trials he's been a slightly slower way in a few of his trials, so he'll need to jump cleanly, but he's got that good speed he can muster after that. Classic Posh is a horse we know always likes to get back. Savvy Delight, likewise. Special M, if he goes forward, he just might find it a little bit tough from his draw.
He is a 2-time winner of Special M over the 1,000 metres at Happy Valley. We're going to start, though, with an interview. Heroic Master's having his second start in Hong Kong at Happy Valley. He debuted there on a recent Wednesday night, and his trainer is Frankie Law. Frankie, you must have been very happy with Heroic Master after that first up third. It was a very tough run.
Yeah, it's just really good. He finished really close third, yeah.
He's been in Hong Kong since April. He's a horse you've been very patient with.
Yeah. I tried, I think 1 or 2 times last season, and then this season I also tried him, and he tried really good.
After that tough run at Happy Valley, has he bounced back well, eaten up? Are you happy with his work?
Yeah. After the first start, he improved. So I put a set to get up 2 times. He's happy for this horse, yeah. He led up in a trial or 2. Are we likely to see him perhaps in a different role and in front this week? I think so. Because last time he only 7 winners, draw 7. This time 12 winners, he draw 6. I think it's okay, and he have some gate speed. I think maybe just go a little bit forward. Yeah. Why take him to Happy Valley? Is he better suited to the smaller circuit? Yes. Also, before when he arrived to Hong Kong, he's a little keen in the morning. That's why I just try Happy Valley first. There he is, Frankie Law. He got around the smaller tracks in Australia, be it Wyong and Gosford OK, and we've seen him have 1 start. This is it, Paul, at Happy Valley. Barrier number 7, he was trapped wide and just had no luck. You expect him to come on from this run?
Yeah, I think he'll win this race. Look, he was 3 wide the whole way, wasn't he? You see the other horse came back on his inside there, and he was 3 wide at the back, and he really stayed on nicely at the end as well. In the small field, as you say, he had absolutely no luck whatsoever. Zach Burton jumps aboard, and I think he can win.
He was a bit fierce at the back there as well when he was positioned about 3rd last, so Derek just had to let him slide up and give him a little bit more range just to try and settle him a bit better in this run too, but it just was not ideal for him being caught 3 wide. We know how well Penghai Galaxy has been going. It was a small field on this occasion, but he's definitely got ability here. Super Axiom, we know what he does, Paul, week in, week out, goes to the front and then stops for the last 50-75.
Yeah, exactly, and look, he'll probably do something here because there's a lot of speed in this race. I think he's going to have to work a bit to get past Harmony Fire because he's led in both his trials as well. You can see him just fading out here now.
With a Super Axiom drawing 10 this week, he had barrier 4 in that race, and Harmony Fire down to barrier number 1. What about these rides, Tom, for Zach Person on Wednesday night?
Yeah, well, I think Rattan Kingdom can win the first race. He's got Superb Daddy for Me Choi, Exuberant there, flying on the turf for Jamie Richards, Hero Star, Comet Splendido, a last start winner. So that's the first 6 for Zach. And he's got Heroic Master, of course, and Gluck Racer, who's first up and does have a good first up record there for Jamie Richards in that final race. So, as you'd expect, fairly strong.
What about you, Paul? Got him in for a few of them?
Yeah, I think I've got him in just about everyone except the last, I think. Okay. So, yeah, I've got them in somewhere along the way. He should be in for a good night.
All right, he'll be no doubt favourite for the Jockeys Challenge. We move on to Sergeant Pepper, Paul. Here he is running second behind Gold Baby last time. Now, he comes back to Class 3 and he has just struggled a little bit in this grade.
He has, but look, he comes in with a lightweight and he all but won this race, didn't he? Just got beaten on the bob. His first ever run in Hong Kong was in this grade over the course and distance, and he was rated 64. So he's actually rated less than that at the moment. And it was a great win by the winner there, but look, he all but won it, didn't he?
He's probably going to end up maybe slightly further back than he sort of has done in his last couple of runs, just from that draw of barrier number 7, which did concern me a little bit here on the C+3 course.
And those pink colours in that race was Pretty Queen Prawn, and he was a winner on Sunday at the Valley. Spontaneous Tom, 1,000 metres. He's almost unknown when it comes to this trip, and he draws barrier number 12.
We know he's got a good record over 1,200 metres. You can see him just a little bit wayward there at the top of the straight as well. He got his head up at the start. He went back and he covered ground in this, but you can see right at the end, Paul, he is doing his best work late and just wanted to do a few things wrong on the straight too. Yeah,
I couldn't have him in this race, so back to 1,000 from barrier 12, so I've left him out.
All right, we move on to one of the first starters here, Paul. This is California Deeply. This is over at Sha Tin, this trial. He's had 2 starts overseas for a win. He's had 3 trials. He wins this one. He's also had a trial at Happy Valley too. Yeah,
I thought he went really well on this trial. It was a nice trial from him. He was slightly slow away, but then he really made the ground up with some good gate speed. And these two in front sort of came away together, the Unicorn horse on the inside. But it was a really good trial, I thought. I'm going to include him.
Yeah, I've got him in. I've certainly got him in here. He was up near the speed when he did win at Warwick Farm prior to arriving, and he has got each better with each and every trial here.
Matthew Chadwick and Tony Cruz, the combination. Happy Valley, this is a horse you've had time for in the past, Tom. Harmony Fire, what have you made of his trials this time in?
Yeah, I think the trials have been good. He is up a bit in body weight here, 38 pounds. He's had some lameness issues. He's had a right fore ligament issue as well, but both of his trials I think have looked good, and he's got the Ada barrier one with De Souza on board.
Yeah, definitely he goes in. He's a Quinella horse, in fact, for me. I think he's trialling really well at the moment.
All right, who makes up the top 4, Paul?
Yeah, so Heroic Master, I think, can win this race. He's clearly on top for me. Harmony Fire have liked both his trials here. He's a Quinella horse. Sergeant Pepper in there for 3rd. He's up in grey, but has got the lightweight. And the first starter, California Deeply, on a minor line. 5, 2, 8 and 6.
Same Quinella, 5 and 2. Heroic Masters' first up run was very good in defeat there for 3rd behind Pinghai Galaxy. Harmony Fire's been trialling well. Hasn't won fresh in the past, has won 2nd up, but the trials have looked good. Shadow Roll On, Barrier 1, De Souza rides. California Deeply's looked good in his trials and had a bit of time for Super Eagle after that first up outing, but didn't do a lot last time out. Was wide and was at the back and was a bit keen as well. So we'll see what he can do. He is drawn in Barrier 3 and Keith Young certainly found some form. So 5, 2, 6 and 11.